I'm Leathur Rokk. Welcome to my channel. And this probably looks like some kind of homeless encampment, doesn't it? Well, I'm still in the park that I have been in, and right now it looks really empty, but two of my friends just went on a little errand and they're going to be back, and I'm watching their stuff. But while we're here, I thought maybe we have a little bit of a smoking session. I'm assuming all you guys are grown-ups, right? So you're not going to be offended if somebody smokes some weed or something? Well, here, let me... There. Oops. Can you see me okay? Well, one of my buddies went and got a whole bag full of roaches, and I put some in my bowl, and I'm about to take a little hit. Excuse me. Oh God, I hate it when I get it in my hair. This stuff is really hard to take the wrappers off, and there's a lot of tobacco on this. It's a good thing I'm sitting down, because tobacco makes me feel kind of dizzy. But this is, I guess, one of the safe spots. Here, I want to set this down for a bit. Bring this closer. I was setting this on this little device. I think it's supposed to be something that protects the spotlight or something. But when I've been hanging out with my two buddies, one of them used to be one of my neighbors, and unfortunately when code enforcement started being royal dicks and started checking people's homes, and if, say, you didn't have a window over where your bed was, they deemed that that wasn't a legal place to live, even though it's right next to the kitchen and the exit was like smack dab right there. There's no reason why a person couldn't evacuate in real hurry if shit hit the fan, you know. And because of the aforementioned war on poor, and they're trying to clean up the city, but what they're really doing is they're uprooting many people's lives. And so the people that were unceremoniously evicted from my apartment, or not my apartment, but the apartment behind me, they're now homeless. And they're being forced to be sleeping out in public all around here. But they told me, they gave me some ideas of places that if, say, we have another issue where the fleas take over again, and I'm looking for a place to camp outside and get away from the fleas. I'm not going to say, obviously, the exact thing in... here, I'm going to get away from this guy's talking. I need to get out of Dodge and hide out away from, say, my scuzzy neighborhood, and maybe I'm having a fight with my mother or something, I want to stay away from the cops. I now have a place where I can take my sleeping bag and I can camp out, and it's between, I'll say this is sort of kind of between here and my home, and it's off the beaten track, and he says that he thinks I'll know at least half the people, and the real draw is they have a little kitty that they say has been coming by, and they've been trying to get it closer and closer, and they feed it and stuff, and they think that my being there would make the cat even more friendly. Of course, it's going to make me feel bad because every time I see a cat, I pet them and I love them, and if I had my druthers, I would have thousands of cats. I would be that single childless cat woman, because apparently that's somehow controversial now. Oh, another thing I want to mention about my buddies that have left their stuff here, and I mean, I'm sure we all look like this total homeless thing, and half this stuff is mine, by the way, because interesting, here I want to set this down someplace where hopefully I'm not going to be showing upskirt views. I have things here that I actually can stay overnight. This is something that I got a couple of months ago that I bring along with me whenever I'm lucky enough to have a hotel room. And this, I can put anything here, makeup, And I brought this with me when we had to leave for the flea bombing. I have my business cards here. I have all the makeup that I have on my face and that I would use. I have my sunblock. I have one of my YouTube notebooks. I always have my separate weed bag. And you know that this is my official weed bag. One of my YouTube viewers gave me this for part of my birthday present a couple of years ago. And I used to have this Chinese purse that I used just as my weed bag. The reason why I like to have a separate purse just for my weed stuff, if I am traveling and I find myself in a non-friendly to weed state where you have to worry about the police dogs and all that stuff, if you know what things of yours had marijuana on them and might smell like it, and that way you can put them all, you don't, like I'm not the kind of person to put weed or roaches I find and stuff just in random pockets, or if I ever do, I remember what skirt it was, because when you think of how strong a dog's sense of smell is. Growing up, I was always afraid of German Shepherds, partly because, well, they could bite, number one. Number two, having a reputation as police dogs, and that is a fear I had. I didn't grow up with dogs. I always had cats, and I have had a few less than ideal experiences with German Shepherds. I know what it's like to have my arm up past my elbows in a dog's mouth. I'm glad he didn't bite down, but it scared me. And the fact that they were throwing firecrackers around, and I was very scared of loud noises back then. Oh, this place feels so good. In a couple of hours, we're supposed to be getting thunderstorms. I think I mentioned that in a previous video. And I have a very serious phobia with lightning, which is why I didn't want to be playing my guitar uptown. Now, if I had my mercantile license, they would have me playing sort of kind of around here and even further up, but on the boardwalk. And even though there is a lot of traffic, it's very dense as far as there's a lot of noise, and a couple of, every, say, 20 feet or so, you've got somebody sitting down there all day with a sign saying, you know, they're hungry, homeless, help, blah, blah, blah. And that constant, thick concentration of people that are seriously trying to eke out a living in their day and night, that's going to cut into people taking you seriously when you're playing music. And plus, trying to find a place where I could get Wi-Fi, where I could actually do live streams. Just like if I had Wi-Fi here in this park, I could be live streaming right now instead of making a standalone video. But, and if they had just let me be where I wanted to be, it wasn't like I was attracting a crowd that was blocking traffic or anything. And the fact that I don't drink, so I don't interact with people, I don't get in their faces and bother them. And when you see the things that do go on in the boardwalk, but it's like every 10 minutes, you got these cops. Sometimes they're in police cars. Sometimes they're in these dune buggy contraptions that are like ATV vehicles where they like to check on the beach to see if anybody's sleeping. Now, somebody a couple hours ago was telling me that they noticed that kids, they don't bother, that you can be like 4 years old and you can be asleep. But I'm thinking, where are you going to have a child that doesn't have some parental supervision? I cannot imagine a child unattended, and if he's asleep and there's nobody around him, if I was a police, yes, I would wake them up and I would find out where the parents are, and I would ticket the parents for child abandonment. My friends, looks like, okay, looks like my friends are back. Okay.
I'll hang out. Go take a walk over there.
Okay.
I don't know how long they'll be shut it down, so get over there now.
Go over where?
Right over on New York by the Renaissance to give away more free food over there.
Oh, okay.
That's
Well, I just
down.
found out a couple blocks away there's something else going on. They're giving things away. And I am going to close this. I am going to go down near, there used to be a grocery store where my mother, every month and a half, she'd send me with like about $100 to say, go and buy some meat, the best deals. That was when our situation financially was not as bad as it is now. So, but you know what? The fact that I was able to rub elbows with some friends of mine today, it's made it very, very, very lucky. And I got a sack of roaches if I could just dig through tobacco. Okay, I'm going to go to this other spot, and I will, I guess, talk to you tomorrow. I'll tell you how this adventure went. Bye.